Hello everybody, welcome to the Andy Show. Andy here, and I'm going to do a quick update and then get into some really big news. And this is an exciting time for us. But first, let's just show that we haven't changed a whole lot in the stocks. A few more of them are down just a hair, but we're still doing well. We've got 2,273,948,891 dinar in the account, and I wanted to just let you know everything is moving smooth. We currently do not have any blocks available, and we may not ever have any available, but when they do, I will let you know, and it will be first come first serve. But right now, everybody is holding on to what they got, and there's some good news out there regarding this. First of all, Iraq plans to join the WTO. The Iraq Ministry of Trade revealed on Thursday that the government is planning to complete the requirements for Iraq's ascension to the World Trade Organization, indicating that financial contributions to the WTO have been settled. A statement issued by the Ministry of Trade illustrated that work is underway to complete the requirements for joining the WTO, especially in terms of goods, services, the agricultural issue, and the modernization of customs system. Coordination has been ongoing with the General Authority of Customs to complete the modernization of the customs system and finalize the tariff law to be able to join the WTO, according to the INA. Coordination is also underway with the Iraqi private sector and the Kurdistan region of Iraq to unify the visions related to the requirements for Iraq's ascension to the WTO. Folks, they have not joined yet, but they are planning to, and they cannot be a part of this and have a program rate. Okay, this is what we're waiting on. A lot of speculation, a lot of talk. You've heard lots of false stories that they've already joined. But it's in the works, and that's probably the biggest news I could bring you. But let's just move on a little bit here. Look at this. Trade Bank of Iraq, J.P. Morgan, discussed banking operations. Folks, we're getting close, in my opinion. What close means, still nobody knows, and we've got to wait this out and see. As great as the news has been in the past, even in the past few weeks and months, this is showing you that they are out there and they are pushing. What are they pushing for? Well, I think we're about to find out. Iraqi Parliament approves $153 billion budget based on $70 a barrel of oil. I don't know if it says that in here, but anyway, the Iraqi Parliament passed the 198.9 trillion Iraqi dinar budget for 2023 on Monday, which includes record expenditure on an increasing government salary bill and development projects aimed at improving services and rebuilding war-damaged infrastructure. According to a statement provided by the Parliament's media office, the Iraqi Parliament voted on the proposed federal budget law for Iraq for fiscal years 23, 24, and 25. Iraq's Parliament voted on Articles 50, 64, 65, 66, 67, and 68, in addition to a new article stipulating not to deal with any tax law or decision that contradicts the budget law. The budget deficit is anticipated to be 64.36 trillion Iraqi dinar, or 49.14 billion, a record high and more than quadruple the previous year's deficit. The Iraqi parliament approved a new article allocating 150 billion Iraqi dinars, or 114.5 million, for the completion of Iraqi-Chinese projects. Folks, I didn't pull it up, but they're also investing billions into their port, and they're going to be a central hub. They're trying to move from being so heavily dependent on their oil, and this only helps push for WTO Ascension quicker. They are doing an amazing amount of things to get on the world stage, and that can only benefit us at some point. Now, I said that the Parliament approved the budget, and it is based on $70 oil price, and we are currently sitting at, I can't move it over, sorry about that, but it's $70.58 is the current price of oil. Okay, OPEC's second largest producer, Iraq, approved on Monday its 2023 budget of $153 billion. Record spending and basing the budget on oil price of $70 a barrel. Oil revenues are the most important income for Iraq, as they account for more than 90% of its total revenues. And again, this will change. This number will heavily drop as their infrastructure continues to rebuild and they get the port and everything else. But this is what they're trying to move away from, is not being so oil dependent to carry them through. But this goes on to say, you can just scroll through and read it. I don't want to bore you, but great news out there, folks. I mean, it is just beyond fantastic. Again, I get questioned almost daily where we are. I get questions about, hey, where's our statements? What's my value? I've got to tell you, folks, I'm not sure why so many don't understand, but let me say that you invested in Woolard Enterprises. Woolard Enterprises invested in the Iraqi stock market. There is zero change in the value of your account until there is a change in the dinar, and the dinar is at least on par with the dollar at 1-to-1. That's when the value of the trading account will increase. That's when we will pull our initial funds and make a distribution. And if it is 1-to-1, then your distribution will be multiple times your initial investment into Woolard Enterprises, and that is the only time we will begin to pay out, is when the dinar reaches $1 in value. Until then, there is zero change in your investment. There is zero increase. There are zero dividends to be paid out. You invested for an increase in the dinar. And until that happens, your money is just sitting over there waiting for this to happen. And I can be as wrong as so many have been in the past, but I believe we're on the verge of something happening. Can't make a promise, of course I can't, but since I'm not dependent on income, I'm not producing any income from my speculation. That was why I wouldn't give information before, is because I didn't want it to influence sales. I didn't want it to seem like I was trying to get you to invest more. And I was very careful not to be hyped or excited about this investment. But now, with everything that I see happening, we are on the verge of something spectacular finally happening. And again, I don't know a date, I don't know a rate, but everything that I see Iraq doing points to something happening in the near future. Again, I cannot promise you that something is going to happen. And I'm not trying to convince you to stay in this investment. If you want out, just let me know. And you'll get 80% of your initial investment back, less the fees. So I'm not forcing anybody to stay in this group. I only want people who are excited about it, who are investing in their future. Because I think that given just a little bit more time, we are going to see this massively explode. And we're all going to benefit greatly from it. And I can say that without appearing to trying to be influential. Okay, so my personal opinion is our wait is almost over. Can I guarantee it? Of course not. But look at the news. Pull up, and you can go to Iraq News, IraqiNews.com. Click over here on Iraq and just see. In fact, let's just do this real quick. I won't hold you up too long. OPEC 60th anniversary in Baghdad. Iraqi president attends funeral. I think they were in Milan. Anyway, Iraq signs a gas and infrastructure deals with Qatar. Qatar to invest $5 billion in different sectors in Iraq. That's the article we were looking at. Iraqi, Turkish officials to discuss oil exports resumption from something, I don't know. Iraq hosts 260,000 Syrian citizens. PMF announces possession of M6 attack drones. Qatar's emir to discuss economic political cooperation in Iraq. Iraq security arrests 14 foreigners tried to infiltrate Iraq. All right, these are just the headlines currently over the past couple of 3 days. Electrical interconnection with Jordan to be completed in 3 months. 2 billion losses inflicted on Iraq Kurdistan due to oil. Iraqi president receives a Syrian artifact from Italy. Iraqi forces seize 44,000 Captagon drug pills. Drilling reclamation of 3 oil wells in the Zubair. Iraqi signs 11 agreements with Egypt. Iraqi president receives highest order of merit in Italy. Iraqi's oil production in May went below OPEC quota. Egyptian president affirms Egypt's support for Iraq's stability. Iraq government to review amended items in the general budget. We'll do just a couple more here. Iraq calls on international conference to tackle Al camp issue. Dutch government, UNDP, open court in Nineveh. Iraq to sign trade financial agreements with Egypt. Of course, passed the budget. That's what we were showing earlier. The trade banking operations with Chase. Canada supports agriculture in southern Iraq. Inflation in Iraq declines by 1% during April. Iraq to pay $2.7 billion of its debt to Iran. Iraq, GCC launch electrical grid interconnection project. It just goes on and on and on, folks. This is all good news. It's great news, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the next week or two brings, because I don't think we are waiting much longer for something to happen. The world moves very, very slow, and we just have to be patient, and we have been. And hopefully our patience is very close to being rewarded. So hang in there. Let me know if you have any questions. And I apologize to some people. My emails have just gone berserk here lately. So if I haven't responded to you, I will work hopefully maybe sometime this weekend to get all of the information updated on the forms that we have received. I've got several W-9s and beneficiary forms in that I have not shown on that report. If you sent it, I got it, and just watch when that date changes on there, then you'll know that it was received. And yeah, we'll go from there. So hopefully we're very close. And again, I do plan to reach out to each of you individually once this happens. It may take a few days to get through all 600 plus people, but we will be in touch with everyone, and I will go over what we have or what we need at that time. Okay, there's absolutely no hurry for you. There's no paperwork missing or anything like that. You'll have plenty of time, and I'll get with each of you to make sure we have everything in place on our end. I want to touch base with you individually also to make sure that the information that I have is up to date, correct, and we're ready to go when we get that first distribution of funds. Okay, I'm not leaving anybody out. I'm not ignoring anybody purposely. Everything is going great. There's just some of you have a need for spoon-fed information, and I'm sorry if I'm not able to get back to you as quick, but I have several other things going, and there's a lot of people that I have to keep in contact with, and I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to say that if I haven't gotten back to you, I move everything once I hit your email. If my responses and things, I move to another folder. Every once in a great while I mess up and send one over and don't actually respond. So if you've had a question and you need information or you need help and you haven't heard from me and you did it 2 or 3, 4 days ago, you might try to resubmit your question or your whatever it is that you need, and I'll do my best to get back to you in a timely manner. Again, just as much as with the Iraqi dinar and everything happening over there, it requires patience. Sometimes it requires patience dealing with me. So I apologize in advance, and I'm sorry if I've led anyone to think that I was ignoring them. I truly am not. So just reach out to me again. Don't get frustrated. I'll get back to you, I promise, and we'll go from there. Until then, folks, everybody just have an incredible weekend, and we will talk again soon. God bless you all. Bye-bye.